here. I know Laura runs, and I know that she runs a lot, and she does very well, but I'm sure it didn't start off that way.
Right.
It took practice to get to her. Now she's running half marathons. Are you running marathons too? Not at this point. But you've been running halves.
Oh, that's a lot.
I've never ran a half marathon in my life, and I'm never going to.
This year, bro. This year.
That's not a discipline I'm interested in. Just being honest. But my sister loves that. I'm just saying, don't give up too easy. If you have a goal, it takes time to get there. Stick to it. So Proverbs 13:12, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. Without discipline, your hearts will often feel sick. God gave Adam and Eve a garden to tend to, but it was not without thorns. It took a lot of work to plant and to harvest and do whatever they needed to do, right? Yeah. So God has given you the same thing, a trust or a talent or a gift, and it takes work in order for you to be able to reap the benefits of that. Proverbs 5:23 says, for lack of discipline they will die, led astray by their own great folly. Hey, that's intense. He says if you lack discipline, you will die. Right? Yeah. That's scary. There are areas in our life, like nutrition.
Right.
If you lack discipline, you will die early. Most likely. There's some people, there's like 1% of people, probably, or less than that, like a George Burns who can smoke and drink like a sailor and do whatever he does, and he can live to 100. And that's what he did, right?
Right.
But for most of us, that's not the case. Most of us have normal genes. So in the area of this, that comes very true, doesn't it?
That's right.
I always got to throw something in there about nutrition. That's important. Yeah. All right. So without discipline, you will never reach your goals. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes, and that means that you will have to give up certain things in order to accomplish your goals. Hebrews 12:11 says, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. This will not be pleasant. One of my favorite weightlifters says, I look for you, pain. You have to be willing to look pain in the face and say, I will beat you. But he literally says, I look for you, pain. And he talks to pain like it's a person.
Wow.
Because if you don't make pain your friend, you won't be looking for him. And you can't grow muscle without pain, can you?
Right.
You cannot run long distances without pain.
Sacrifice.
It doesn't work.
Right.
All right. So anyway, look for pain. It's physically painful and psychologically painful to delay a pleasure that you have become accustomed to forsake media, food, alcohol, coffee, even candy can bring discomfort or even painful. When I had to give up avocados and I got a special diet that I have to be on, I almost cried. I already gave up everything, right? But I'm just saying how addictive food can be. I was so upset that I had to give up white rice and avocado that I felt like I didn't cry. But I felt like it.
So you know.
Just saying, just so y'all know, I felt like it. Right there, we don't cry very much. But we probably all feel like Avery cries all the time.
All the time. All the time. All the time.
He has like a river duct tier system on the inside.
Inside, that's right. That's how it works. That's
right. Whatever. And Kenny does too, or whatever. All right. So anyway, you have to be able to be willing to say, "Bring the pain," so you can grow. You got to master these things. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline." Proverbs 13:18 says, "Whoever disregards discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever heeds correction is honored." If you don't save your money, you may be poor. If you don't give every dollar a name, it will leave you like an unnamed child.
Wow.
Right? You have to be intentional about what you're going to do. If you are not intentional about saving, you won't save, and it will go away. If you're not intentional about nutrition, it won't happen. It's just too easy to cheat. Yes. 1 Timothy 4:8 says, "For physical training is of some value, but godliness is valued for all things, holding promise for both the present life and the life to come." In order to reach your goals, you must be willing to discipline yourself. In order to eat healthfully and to get consistent exercise, you must grow in discipline. The beautiful thing is, just like anything else you work out often, you'll grow, right? So discipline, in a sense, You grow that muscle, you'll get more discipline. The more that you work this muscle, the more you will grow. So areas that we can use more discipline are, just in case you were wondering, you always have your own areas, but I thought about praying and reading of the Word. Do you discipline yourself to pray? A lot of times that takes discipline. Again, to shut something off so you can go spend some time with the Lord. Being faithful sometimes takes discipline. Don't you doubt sometimes?
Yep.
John the Baptist doubted. He had to push that out of his head. That took discipline. Loving by giving of ourselves. To go and help that person in need. To spend the extra time at work to help someone. Or stay after church or come in early. Whatever it is that you're doing to serve and give of yourself takes discipline. Healthful eating. As a country, we are too fat and dying too early. It takes discipline in this particular area.
Right.
Money. We don't give enough as a Christian community. Only about 3% tithe off their income. Only 3% in the whole country.
Yep.
Because we're stuck with stuff.
It's true.
And every year we're trying to clean out our closets. We're trying to get rid of stuff because we just got too much stuff. And then we're not giving enough. That doesn't make sense. And we have a lot of wonderful givers in this room. So again, don't think this is just a blanket thing, right? We've got lovely people in here. I'm just saying that as a nation as a whole, evangelism, we've got to get better there. I've got to get better there. I've got to discipline myself more. Don't you guys chicken out sometimes?
Yep.
Well, it takes discipline not to chicken out and to have the courage to share your faith. Sleep. Stop staying up late and watching television and then medicating yourself with caffeine the next day because you didn't go to bed early enough. Then you still feel terrible. Right? You need sleep. God made you to need sleep.
Yeah.
Plan your schedule. Our time is finite. Thoughts and words. What do you say and think that requires discipline? Right? It's very challenging as visual people to not have to, or to discipline. It's challenging to discipline ourselves. And men, especially the men, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Get ready for work the night before instead of the morning, right? Running in the morning, showing up late 5 minutes. You know what I'm talking about. There's always somebody at the job that shows up 5 minutes every day habitually.
I sat at home, bro.
Hey, we all got our areas. I'm just saying. So Tom shows up 5 minutes late, then he tells everybody it's 10 minutes late, they gotta go home.
Right. Well, I'm the boss, bro. That's why I'm the boss.
When you're the boss, though, you can do it. So anyway, I'm gonna hand this over to my best friend so he can talk about something inspirational.
Come on.
All right, so I'm gonna read the scriptures.
All right, well, that was good, guys, right?
Yeah.
Now, see, I just showed you, I modeled something for you right here.
Yes.
I thought Mike was going to give me a job to do, but said I was like a prop, that's fine, but I was second. So I get to, I didn't have to jump in. I never called my brother's stuff, what did he say, boring? I never called the topic boring, so just for the record. So I waited though with discipline until it was my turn, right? All right, let's do this.
Hold on.
So we put it publicly.
Well, he didn't say that. You're right. He said, I don't care. I said, do you want to go first? He goes, I don't care, but I think you should because because discipline, although important, is less exciting. So maybe I should go second. Ha ha.
Now did you hear boring anywhere in there? And that was after a conversation we had. It inferred. Inside something, right?
Thank you.
Right.
It inferred. It inferred. That was the reduction the rest of us made.
Well, amen, but now it's my time. Thank you. That's your boy.
Come on, brother.
So honestly, I'm going to say I'm very, very excited. I'm being very genuine with you guys. Like Doug knows, these are my type of topics because this is what I believe. You know, when God has blessed you, because it really is nothing of ourselves. Let's be honest. True. We don't deserve nothing but debt, really. And so when God blesses you in areas of your life to be able to live and participate in certain things in your life, like for me, to be a very goal-oriented person, to be a person blessed with great faith, to go after things, to get up when I fall, to be resilient, all these things that I have learned, and you grow in it through your ups and your downs. Right. But I've come to learn who I am, in my good, my ugly, you know, my flesh, my strength. And so I love talking about this, and God uses me in my everyday life on this type of stuff. So for me, I'm excited, because you guys not only like to be up here talking normally, but when it's something like this, I feel that I have something to share. I have something to give, right? Amen. So the topic of my lesson is, do you really know you? And I was thinking about it. When you think about, because I'm like, what's the answer? Like as far as like living an inspirational life. We hear that all the time, right? We hear have visions, dreams. We do it every year. There's New Year's resolutions, But it takes a lot to be able to do that. It's easier said than done. And so one of the things that I've been finding out in life is that you cannot do it. It is nearly impossible for you to do it if you don't know who you are, right? If you don't know yourself, it is no way, and I will stand here before every person in this room and do not take that back. You can disagree. You will never be able to do it if you don't know who you are. So what I hope to do here is show you that as God's creation and as children, He has created us all for one purpose, one mission. But within that, everybody is so uniquely designed. You have your own journey. You should not be looking at the next person because you will never attain what you need to because you're not that person. Each one of you, you're an experience. Each person in here. Once you leave this earth, there will never be another you. You can leave a legacy. You can leave a foundation. You can leave lots of money. But once Tom is gone, we will never experience Tom again. Right? And so you have to know that. So that's very, very deep here. So Mike, could you read Psalms 139, verse 13 to 16, through 16?
For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be.
Guys, that's everybody in here. That's each one of you individually. This is God's word. This, what he just read, happened to each person in here.
Right.
I want to ask you right now to stop and forget about, right for a moment, what life is throwing at you. Because when we get here, we get hit with all type of things. Very unfortunate things. Some of us have been abused, physically, emotionally, verbally. We've had all type of things. People have judged us, told us we're worth nothing, told us you're only worth this. You'll never amount to that. But this is who you really are.
Amen.
So that's important. So I want you to read that first because you got to go back to the creator, the designer. This is who you are regardless of what your boss says, regardless of what your mother says, your dad says, your haters say. This is who you are, right? And people who live inspirational lives, they have a strong, very strong sense of self. And I'm talking about spiritually, and I'm talking about unspiritually. Even in the world. If you sit and you talk to these people or you spend time with them, one thing you're going to notice that they all have in common is they have a very strong sense